Shall we? Shall we? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine your light into the world every morning. It's Monday. It's motivation time. I'm Mark Saint. This is Saint's Addiction, and I am really addicted to this lifestyle. It's given me everything I've ever wanted from. We're talking about the outcome from overcoming depression, overcoming, overeating, and overcoming my excuses. And this morning, I want you to do the same. I want you to roar the morning in, not because you have a small penis and you're trying to get the attention, but because you have a diesel and you have a motorcycle and you have a baby and you're putting the baby in the back seat and you got all your kids and you're waking up at 7 a.m. Hell, you probably woke up at 5 or 6 just to get them up. And then you're a single mom with 4 children, still working the Camaro dream, still working the Camaro payment, still rising and shining. That's the outcome. That's what I'm talking about, Saints Addiction. Leg out, let's go. Not for nothing this morning, I had a conversation with somebody. And he was, oh, sorry about yesterday, bro. I was drunk. And I was like, yep, we can't work together. And he said, what? And I said, yeah, we can't work together. He said, no, man, I only drink, but like once every couple months or something. I said, no, you didn't. You called me to talk business incoherently while you were drunk. That was already your first mistake. And what are you talking about? That's where we all make mistakes, bro. That's our outcome. I said it earlier this week. It's your own damn fault. We used to say it as children in the South, but it's your own damn fault. It's your own damn fault that you were drinking and tried calling me. It was your own damn fault that you thought that was a good idea in time to interrupt me. I was in the meal with my mom. It was Sunday. You didn't make no sense. And then that's how it don't make no sense no more. That's right. Let's spit it up. Because I even got another call from little Julio from Peru. Why are you reaching out to me? Didn't you just talk shit about me staying at my mom's? Am I the one that did not just try to hook you up with a job, but I don't owe you shit? Am I not the one that sent you seeds, good seeds, Red Dragon Brothers seeds all the way to Peru, and you didn't do nothing with them? I don't owe anyone anything. It's the most fantastic feeling. The outcome is that I have my own security, my own peace of mind. I ain't worried about you. You ain't worried about me. And that's why I was telling my homie, he was all, everybody's upset. Nobody wants to hear my shit. And I was like, no. And the moment you didn't want anybody to hear about your problems, or you didn't want to hear about their problems, and you wanted them to hear about your problems, is about the time you done fucked up. No one cares. The outcome is your own. The results are only felt by you. Go ahead, try breaking your fucking leg right in front of me. I don't feel a single stitch of it. And that's what this is. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. You were the one to decide to show up with no money. You were the one to decide up with no plan. And then you're mad because it didn't work out. Then you shoot a hole in your canoe. Try calling me back like I want to hear it from you. After you don't speak English for being in the country for 2 years, and how you don't get up in the morning and all you do is hustle. Oh, I work so hard. Really? Why didn't you download Duolingo, bro? How hard was that? That's not very hard, right? And then now all of a sudden he's all excited practicing in front of me. And I'm like, you've been here 2 years and only now in the last 30 seconds do you got the spark? It's too late. That's the outcome. It's the outcome of the work you didn't do. It's the time that you were like, always told all your friends about your ideas in the bar, but you never did nothing with them. And then when it's time for the investor or the opportunity to show up, you weren't prepared. You were too busy doing speeches instead of writing the speech. You were too busy talking that mess instead of following through. And you didn't realize who I was. Sometimes I don't even realize who I am. And that's my follow through. And I can follow through when somebody's sending me long, incoherent messages. I don't give a fuck how good the offer is, bro. I've learned so much. I don't need to be around your energy. And that's what I told the homie. Here's your weed, bro. Grow some better weed. It's too dry. It don't smell good. And you're over here trying to get the most out of your money, but you haven't done a better product. And that's what most motherfuckers, they get upset. It's like you want somebody to hear you, understand you, feel your pain. But here you are. You don't want to hear the customer. You don't want to hear that the customer smells your weed and returns it immediately. You didn't want to hear that you need to grow better weed. You didn't want to hear that there was a return policy. That's right. If it's really good weed, people smoke it. They'll pay a higher price. If you grow inefficient, that's not even a better word. It's not inefficient. Not incompatible, but like when you're not in competition, but when is it? What is it? It's not incompatible when you can't compete, right? When you're making insufficient weed, thank you very much, Marky Saint's brain. When you're making insufficient weed, you can't complain that other people don't like what you got. But there's people that don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that they made a bad decision. I was talking with one of my best friends. I've known her 24 years, and she's like, I fucked up, okay? And I said, that's not what I'm asking you, Jenny Face. I didn't ask you if you fucked up. We all fucked up. I said, what's the lesson that we learned today? And there's some people that are going to take it as like, I learned a lesson. I fucked up. I internalized. It's all me. I'm the fuck up. And then they want to beat themselves up. She started to cry, and I said, no. Don't let the emotions fuck up the lesson. The outcome, the reason for the season, the juice is worth the squeeze. The motivated juice is right there, Jenny Face. What was your stimulus, baby girl? Follow it along with me. What was your stimulus, baby girl? What'd you get out of it? What'd you give out of waking up from a nap and giving some fool's phone sex and then crying after? I'll wait. Nobody wants to talk about the after, the outcome. That's why I'm having the conversation this morning. My outcome is being able to rise and shine every morning, baby. That means I can do what I want with my life. No one comes over here and tells me what to do. I can be shiny as much as I want to. No longer am I surrounded by people that are trying to drill holes in my canoe. I'm not around the negative. I'm not around the complaining. I'm not around the drunk. Hello. And all of them, you, and you, we're all trying to pull shit. Trying to, like Marky Saint owes you something, and I don't owe you anything. Man, I owe it to myself to be the best form of myself, and that's it. That's it. And after I stopped being the responsibility and the thinking and the outcome of other people, it made me legit. It sounds selfish. I told people, but that's where I have to control. You know why? And I'll tell you why right here so you understand. Let me get this light on my shoulder. Do you know why I don't care? Because I am not responsible for the outcome. You are. That's right. I can preach till I'm blue in the face. But unless you do something with it, unless you take it to heart or put some energy to it or make something happen, ain't nothing going to happen from it. And that's the shocker of it. Because we're not responsible for the actions that you don't take. And we definitely ain't going to get the responsibility of the actions that you did take. I am not their actions. And that's what I posted on Facebook. I'm not your actions, bro. I'm not going to be your actions, your responsibilities, or your accountabilities. All that stuff is not me and no longer will be. And that's what ends up happening. You had a day of my life and you fucked it off. You wanted to show up late. You wanted to blow me off. You wanted to curse me out. Fine. That's on you. That's your choice. But from here on out, it's on me to let you come back into a conversation with me or call me or try to reach out to me or have me sell your weed or whatever other bullshit's going on. No more, sir. No more, no ma'am. I don't owe anyone anything. Even my best friend, when she blew off the day and she got sick, I was like, that's it, Jenny Face. That was your day. And I don't have another day to sacrifice with nobody. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I don't know how long this life is going to go on, but I am not going to spend it wasting it with other people that don't follow through, people that don't call back, people that call drunk, people that fucking regret and call back. I don't give a shit. Seriously, because time doesn't. It doesn't give a fuck how you feel. My homie told me I got up at 4 a.m. and then I haven't slept. And I said, you know what? Who doesn't care about your story? The dispensaries downtown. They're growing weed 24/7. They got the midnight Mexican shift and they're throwing bundles and packs out the back. So they're making better weed than you at a cheaper price. And now you're in the market and you can get mad at the market. But that's like getting mad at like corn getting high. Any of these commodities, you know, you're like, I'm mad at these commodities. Guess what? They don't care. They don't care what the price of corn is, the pork bellies, the orange juice. They're all commodities and they can all swing. So while your feelings are hurt, go blame it on the hurricane. Because then now all those Florida fucking oranges made them California oranges more expensive. And then you can bitch why you didn't get the opportunity, but when you showed up drunk. Okay, I'll wait. The one time you pitched me, you were so drunk and incoherent, I couldn't understand you. Man, I'm so high. No, you were high and drunk. You couldn't even write English properly. Same just like the other guy from Peru. You couldn't even speak English properly. It's not my job to teach you English. It's not my job to get you a job. And it's not my job to get you back and forth to the job. When he told me he didn't have gas money, I knew he wasn't prepared. And that's what I'm talking about. The unprepared, the people that don't understand the outcome. They put in some funky ass energy and expected the catalyst to come out and be exactly what they wanted it to be. Yeah, no, it don't work that way. And neither does life. So, while I'm over here trying to make this towel work for me and all my energy and get that sun off me, it's still gonna shine on us equally. All that energy's at my back right now. Here, let me turn around because it's burning. But not for nothing, if I don't get out of the way of the sun, it'll melt me. It ain't worried about me. It ain't worried about the fucking tree. It ain't worried about an insect neither. You got to get out of the way of the sun. You got to get out of the way of you. That's why we're having these conversations this morning. It's just insanity to me that motherfuckers think that life is owed to them and that they want it to be shaped like a movie or something happen in their get off me in their lives without them making any changes. Look at this thing. Bink, right? Without making any difference. And it's just like, dude, nothing happens if nothing happens, homie. Let me get a knife for this. I can use this. Yeah. Nothing happens if nothing happens. And if you're expecting change, you're going to have to be it. And that's why we're having this conversation this morning. You're going to have to be the change you want to see in the world. And that's Mahatma Gandhi, but it's true. All these motherfuckers, you got to do what you got to do. And that's why I'm like, even if I don't have a knife, I'll do what I got to do. I'll use a fucking outdoor garden tool. I'll use one of these hoes just to get this shit done. Use one of these hoes to get some shit done. And that's our lives. Always trying to find a way. Each one of us trying to find a way every day to be a better person, to make it happen. Yeah, come on. There it is. There you go. Every day trying to find a way to be a better person, to make ourselves function better, because the results are ours, bro. You know what I mean? We keep trying to put it on someone else, but the truth is you're the one that made the decision. And what's even harder truth is it's always been up to you. That outcome was always intended for you. Like I said earlier this week, when that guy showed up, if I had showed up as the angry Mark Saint, he didn't know that the dude was cursing at me. He didn't want to hear any of that shit. Nobody wants to hear any of those sad stories, any of that noise, any of that bullshit. We call it bullshit in the South. Nobody want to hear that bullshit, bro. I ain't trying to hear your life story, your whininess. I was telling my mom, there's people that'll do that bullshit, bro. They'll tell you their whole story the whole fucking time. This little fucking small penis motorcycle motherfucker. Fuck off. Nobody wants to hear your story. People will go on and go, oh, they'll tell you the same fucking story over and over to everyone to tell you why they didn't make it. Oh yeah, my hip surgery. Yeah, back in 1965, and they're still talking about it. And you're just like, that's it. There'll be something that happens to you. Well, you'll be convinced of why you have to stop, and then you'll have to tell that story to everyone and convince them why you stopped. Yeah, I'll wait. No, I won't. And neither will your life. And that's the whole point. Your excuses are your own. And that might make sense to you. And you can rationalize it to other people. But nobody gives a shit. Same like nobody gives a shit watching my show in the morning. The dude was like, this should be a two-way street. It's not. Life's not a two-way street. It don't owe you shit. Stop acting entitled, motherfucker. Go watch someone else's show. Right now, you in class, and I'm the professor. And I've been through life enough to teach something to somebody else. That's the experience speaking. And if you would fucking listen, you'd learn something. But instead, he wanted to talk. He wanted to give a speech. He wanted to be loud. He wanted to get his 2 cents in and make all that noise. Guess what? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to hear your sewer nose, mouth, face, all that noise. Nobody's trying to hear it. It sounds like that. And like, it sounds like a whiny little bitch, a little pussy that bleeds. Somebody's on their knees. Nobody understands. Butt naked, please. But I do. I understand what time is. I understand that I got no promises. I understand that this shit could all change. Yeah, at any moment. just like that. I got a blue towel now too. At any moment, the whole thing could collapse and you will be screwed. At any moment, you won't understand what happened to you. At any moment, the hurricane can come and disrupt everything that you had planned. Everybody, that's the outcome. Everybody's got their cups, but they ain't shipped in. Everybody's like so, oh my God, this hurricane and this hurricane and this hurricane. There's a hurricane coming for everyone, man. There's a hurricane coming from everyone. I was hanging out with the twins, and ever since, I guess I can tell his story, but me and him were kind of bonding over him not having access to his daughter and how he had, sex with this woman. And it turns out someone did an investigation with the woman. She's got 5 kids now, already married, off with life, one of these things. Turned out she got raped. And that kid that he was crying about all these years wasn't his. She showed up to that party pregnant from a rape already, and she just found somebody that was nice enough to take care of the baby and pretend it was his. She absolutely murdered this man. The outcome of his last 10, 12 years of his life being depressed, holding on, holding back the years. The same with my mom, all these years being with the fighting her court case and being unhappy and not being healthy and all this other stuff. She got mad. She's like, all I do is the routine. Nothing is different. It's all the same. And I said, you chose it that way. She didn't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear the truth. We only want to complain about what didn't happen. We don't want to talk about what actions we didn't take. We don't want to talk about the times we didn't get up on the sunrise or, right? Right? We want somebody else to be accountable for the actions. Why isn't my life exciting? Well, Your Honor, it turns out you didn't do shit to make it exciting. You didn't rise up. You didn't change any of the outcome. You didn't change any of the algorithm. You didn't give us any change to make any change, homie. And then you're surprised. You're like, why is it not done? Why is my life not like yours? I want to travel the world too. Do you? Do you really? Do you really want to be on your mom's couch at 44? That's part of it. Most motherfuckers would be like, some people are asking for business cards already. Most people are like that. They don't get it, but I do. The amount of change that's been in me to get this kind of reaction out of me, bro, it's been tremendous. And I'll be forever grateful because now I have it. I'm in this to win this. I'm rising and shining every morning. For the last 30 days, no alarm clock, just seeing the sunrise every morning. And it gives me energy, bro. And that's what you want. You want things that give you that energy, bro, that I can do it, that I want to get up, I want to rise, I want to shine, I want to be a part of it. Before, I wanted to hide from it, right? My responsibilities, my pain, all the other things. And this time I was just like, fuck that shit. I'm going to turn around one day and face these dragons and be like, get the fuck out my life, bro. Get the fuck out my mind. Get the fuck, you're written free. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And that's what it comes to. Eventually it comes down to that, where you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and then you're just like, I don't want to be bugged no more, bro. I want nobody to fuck with me. How Miss Brittany say, I want to be unfuckwithable, and then I achieved it. I'm unfuckwithable. Nobody can get me to get out of sorts. Nobody can get me to get all mad like my friend Jenny. Like, what'd you get out of that? Nothing. And then she started to cry. And I was like, see, you got unequal relationships. You'll go out there and heal the sick. And then the next day you got sick from healing them. And nobody brought you chicken. Nobody brought you soup. That's why I brought her some sushi and soup. But that's what friends are for. But no, seriously. How many times have you been the only effort on the team? I'll wait. You know what I mean? How many times have you been the only person working? You know what it is. And how many times have you joined Weed Club on Instagram so you can source your smoke safely? I'll wait, but then again, I won't. And your life won't. And that's why we keep having these conversations over and over again. The time goes by, with or without you. Time, undefeated. Doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care if it was the Holocaust, doesn't care if it was a war, you know what I mean? Time goes by kind of callously, right? It doesn't care if you had your dreams. It doesn't care if you're in pain. It goes the same. Whether you're having the time of your life or you're in the hospital, time is equal for all of us, and we all get the same 24 hours of the day. So now it's about this pain that I keep talking about. It's about the way that you process pain. It's about the way that you assume the stimuluses that are coming in your life, and then the way that you output it, because that's going to be your outcome. So I told my mom simply, I can't onboard, you know? I can't onboard your feelings. You could snap your leg right in front of me. I can't feel it. I'll feel bad for you, but I'm nowhere near the level of pain you got going on. And that's what people are. We're in the pain Olympics. Who's been to prison longer? Who hurts more? What's really happening? My story's worse than yours. Mine's like a fucking what do they call those now when you do it? Country song. Mine's a country song now. My dogs ran over. My girlfriend left me. My mom's dead. You know, don't say that, Mark. Take that back. I just told my mom I don't know. But what I do know is that we got today. And while I got today, we're alive, we're eating, and everything's well. I'm going to enjoy the day because I don't know how many of these days I got left. So you can sit there and complain on the day. You can bitch and moan all you fucking want. But for me, this player, I'm going to enjoy this because I worked hard for it. I worked hard to have a healed mind. I worked hard to have a healed heart. I worked hard to have a business. I worked hard to have a dream. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sleep on it. You know, how many people you know sleeping on their shit trying to convince you that they're lit? How many people are there acting all slobbery? It's almost like the guy, this is what it feels like. I think I know what girls feel like, where they like a guy, but he's insecure, and then he shows up, right? And you know what I'm talking about, ladies, all drunk, and now he's not the guy that you like anymore. He's a scared guy. He's an incoherent guy. He's not a sexy guy anymore. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I know women do, because that's us. We wanted to show up so hard. I remember one guy, this one chick's really hot. She's really hot. We're all in love with her, but he showed up drunk, screaming his undying love for her while she wasn't there. She comes back to work and goes, "Who was that?" And she didn't even know who it was. Dude comes back all fucking embarrassed, going like, "I love her so much." And you're like, bro, she don't even know your fucking name. That's embarrassing. You know, that's all of us trying to be like, this is my dream, and I'm all emotional right now. Why don't you save that for Monday, bro? Get up and do something about it. I want to hear about your emotions on Sunday while you're drunk. It's Monday morning. What are you going to do now about it? Oh, yeah, I'll wait. You just wanted to whine about it. Okay. Well, nobody cares. There you go. Go back to your little salt mine. Go back to your little wounds. Keep crying in the river. Keep getting drunk. Keep drilling holes in your canoe and wondering why things aren't the way that you want them to be. You can just sit there scratching your head with your beer in your hand and going like, why did it never happen to me? Why am I not a big star? How did he get the role? You know, like he got off his ass, you know, got out of prison. Your boy, I'm thinking of his name. I don't know his name now, but he's got the tattoo on his chest of your girl. Well, I guess it wasn't her at the time. I guess every pretty Mexican woman on their chest, a beautiful woman. That isn't even her, Selma Hayek. And then I met a Selma Hayek look like on the island, and she wasn't nice. So I was like, you know, we all have outcomes, you know. It's funny that you could build up a life and not be nice, or that, you know, you can think that you want something so badly, and then the outcomes be jaded, you know? Like, let me help everybody, and then now it's your turn, and you're just like, why is nobody here for me? Yep, I'll wait. No, I won't. And neither will your fucking life. It won't wait for you. You got to generate these outcomes. You got to generate the solutions, and that's just it. You know, most of these people, they're doing it for the gram. I'm doing it for my life, bro. This existence that I can keep smiling, and then I don't go back to depression when something happens, and that I don't run to drugs anymore. That was a tough story to tell. My best friend Jenny, she's like, whatever happened to Chenin? I'm like, Chenin went and did drugs, bro. He's some mom, ugly ass mom on the East Coast because she's taking care of him and his drug habits. He found somebody else to fix him and went and go somewhere else where he can get a house to stay with. I think they had another kid, and you know, they got their own problems. And man, I got problems, you got problems. Go to Children's Hospital, they got problems. And that's what it is. All of us, my friend, my best friend, my old cook buddy, I went around the world, and you know what he did? He started doing drugs. He started doing Loratabs. He started stealing from the job on the first day. My buddy got him a job at like one of the 7-Elevens. He reached down and stole one of the beers. He was so fucked off. Yeah, I'll wait. Then again, no, I won't. And neither will your life. It's not going to wait for you to figure it out. It's going to keep ticking and going, and your outcomes and results are all your own. And that's why I'm saying you got to do something now. I want Oompa Loompa now. You got to do something now, because all the other stuff is just it's just all input output. Like right now, you got to change the equation. You got to change the situation. And most people, they want to blame the situation on someone else instead of change the situation inside themselves. That's bars. That's bars. We all want somebody else to treat us better or act better, but we don't want to be the first person in the catalyst, the day one first, to make that happen. Day one's first, my guy. You want to be a leader, or you want some leadership? Be a leader, right? You want to be a giver? You want to be a Saints giver? Bust out that wallet. I started paying all my friends back. I went through my fucking Cash App when I was overseas, and I was like, who the fuck is lent me money? Oh shit, single mom, here's $40, girl. My aunt, here's $50. My day one, I owe $130 to. God damn, he's got 5 kids, and he lent me over $100. Who's got friends like that? That's what I'm talking about. These are the outcomes of my relationships, because I would give that amount to them. I would give it back. You're not going to give it to somebody that's not going to appreciate it. You're not going to give it to somebody that's going to just throw it away callously. It's almost like a child when they get their lollipop. They'll scream for it, but as soon as it's on the ground, they don't give a shit about it, right? We all little kids. We're all a bunch of little kids begging for some attention and wanting what we want without any consequences, and we don't want anybody to be mad at us, and we don't want anything to ever go wrong. We just want everything to be perfect. And I got news for you. No one is perfect. Saints Addiction, baby. Yep. And those consequences are your own. That outcome is the way you put the income. So if you don't onboard the stress, then you won't be stressed out. And if you don't fucking bite into the drama, then you don't have distractions. And if you give yourself some self-control, I was watching the woman. It was a chick doing yoga in the forest. But she said, this is how you know you're healed. You no longer respond out of spite. You no longer respond out of stimulus. Right? You're not even responding in a sassy or sarcastic format. You realize that talking that way to people ain't a healed way and a healthy version of doing it. You realize that by being in self-control, that there's no one else to blame anymore for your outcomes. You don't want to, your diet, you're the one throwing shit in your mouth. Yeah, it's all doesn't want to be the way I want it to be on my shoulders, but I made it so. And that's it. I'm making myself rise. I'm making myself shine. I'm the one that's not fucking jumping into the drama and answering the phone so I could curse someone out. That's already passed. And the dude that wants to complain about his weed, you can find somebody else to do your sales. And anything else that's giving me a headache gets cut real quick. And I just learned that. It's not my job to give you my time and figure you out and make this into my puzzle piece. It's my job to onboard my own discipline and offboard the drama, not get distracted, stay focused on the things that matter the most to me, stay addicted to the things that are going to make me saintly. And that was Saints Addiction's program the whole time. Turn negatives into positives, focus on something better, get myself up and at them, and make this into a reality. If I was going to be cocaine, I was up till 4 or 5 a.m. Why can't I get up and reach the sunrise? I'll wait, but the sun won't. It'll take another one of your days and not give a shit about you, bro. I'm telling you right here, right now. Whether it's a happy day, sad day, it'll still be a full day. And unless you make it your full day and get something out of it, that'll be your outcome. If you want to stick to the routine and the habits and the negativities and the addictions, that'll be your outcome. And I got news for you, dude. Till you want to change your attitude, you will never change your altitude. And that's another fact of life. So that's why I get up in the morning and I shine. That's why this is Saints Addiction. That's why this is the morning motivation. Get your motivated juice. Get your motivation every morning. Go to Saints Addiction, like, share, subscribe. Go to Motivated Juice, like, share, subscribe. And fucking subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it. Peace and love.
And as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever or finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. The other side of your fears, the other side of your excuses, the other side of the world. That's where I'll be, bro. And that'll be my outcome. What's yours? I'll wait. No, I won't. And neither will life or time. And that suck? It's the truth. And Saints Addiction, that's what we tell over here, Pelair. No one is perfect.